Right, so ready. So, hello everyone. I'm Lynn Hugill and I'm the course leader for fashion at Teesside University in the School of Arts and Creative Industry. So welcome everyone on behalf of our staff and our students and our school to our fantastic event tonight at Teesside. We're hosting it at MIMA, which is great. MIMA leads our school, so it's fantastic for us to be able to use the facilities. And also it's great amongst the guests, we've got lots of senior management, we've got some industry, we've got alumni. I'd just like to highlight a couple of very special lockdown graduates, and they're looking at me and kind of thinking, oh no. But that's just Emily Day and Jack Swales. They both finished in lockdown. They showed great resilience and have become very successful. So Jack has gone on to become in a newly created role using 3D software to visualize products for the outdoor brand Berghaus. And Emily was one of 4 selected UK students to work on the Prince's Trust Modern Artisan project. And as part of a team, designed and they had online a whole collection for Net-a-Porter and the Italian brand York. So not only was Emily featured in the Northern Echo here and on our Teesside campus site, she was also in Vogue. So she went from MIMA to Milan and she's looking very embarrassed now. And she's gone on to be in our Enterprise Centre at Launchpad to create her own sustainable brand, but also to pass on all her great learning that she's had to our students. So that's really fantastic. Give us a wave. And it's great to see our other alumni here as well. I can't mention everyone, but thank you for supporting us. So tonight we're going to be showcasing from our fashion show, and we've got 2 pathways for BA Fashion. Because fashion is such a massive industry, I think it's the biggest creative industry. There's so many roles that you can actually go on after you graduate. You can go into design, you can go into styling, you can work as a fashion editor. There's so many garments now that are sold online after the pandemic. I think it's about 61%. They all need marketing and promoting, photographing. So amazing amount of job roles. So alongside this evening's fashion show, we also have our graduate showcase. So I'm hoping that you'll all go and have a look at some of the work from the students. So what have we got coming up in tonight's show? So we're starting off with our first years who have just started with us in September. And they're going to be showing a collaboration with one of our partnerships, industry partnerships, which is really important for us, with the outdoor brand Berghaus, who are part of Pentland Brands. And they're going to be they've remodeled garments from waste garments that would normally have gone into perhaps landfill or maybe sold to the employees of Berghaus. And they've remodeled some of the garments, and you'll see those in the show. Then we're going on, and you should all have a sheet actually, like this. I hope you've got your glasses on, it looks quite small writing for me. We're going to be looking at a tailoring project, and this is from our second year students. And a little challenge for the audience is to spot that one of the garments was actually made out of a duvet cover. So that's a challenge for you. You can come up at the end and see if you can identify it and tell me. And then after that, also with our second year, we're going on to Marmara University, which is a really important international partnership that we have developed over the last few years. And in this partnership, students work together online, and very difficult for them this year because they had the earthquake, and they work together in pairs, and they the Marmara students create fabrics, knitwear, and the fashion students then make them into garments. So you'll be seeing some of those on the catwalk, and unfortunately the students can't be with us tonight, but they really deserve a lot of round of applause, actually, I think, for Marmara, our partnership. So if you want to give them a round of applause. And then we're going to be looking at our graduate students, so our final year students that are going to be leaving us this year. It's very sad, actually, for us to have to say goodbye. They've been fantastic. And tonight the show has been put on by our level 6, which are our final year students, as part of one of their modules with their module tutor, Abigail Dennison, who's over there in the back, still waving. And some of our communication students will also be presenting some sustainable styled look, because they do styling on their course. And these are coming from Teesside Hospice and Daisy Chain, which is a local autism charity, their New Thread collection. So on the catwalk as well, you'll see some of the models are students, so thank you to all the students, but also some of them from Salt Model Management, who are based in Newcastle. So it's great to have them with our students. So also to thank Hair and Makeup, which has been created by Stockton Riverside, another college, which is another important partnership we have for their makeup for stage and screen course. So before I pass on to Professor Craig Gaskell to say a few words, I just want to thank some of the long list that I have, but I won't take too long. So I'd just like to thank all of our models who are showcasing garments this evening. Nina Harper and the students from Stockton Riverside, makeup for stage and screen. Birette Tavman and her specialist knitwear students from Marmara University. Berghaus, David and Anna Ray and Neil Sibley, some of our industry supporters. Our team at MEMA, so the team at MEMA have really helped us put this event on. Teesside Hospice and Daisy Chain, so our local northeast-based charities. Simon from Salt Management, who's been a great support, and photographers. So we work with professional photographers, Robert Bedson, Charlotte Summers, and our BA photography students who continually support us to put on some of the great shoots that we do. So you'll see some of the shoots behind you. Actually, these are some of the Marmara garments that you can see behind you. Music by Matthew Innocent from TU Music Technology, thank you very much. And our great, amazing Aurora House team for filming and live streaming the event, and also being really patient with us because we keep asking for things at the last minute. And please note that we're live streaming the show to a variety of platforms, and images will be taken during the show as well. So I'd like to pass over now to Professor Craig Gaskell, Pro Vice Chancellor for Enterprise and Business Engagement, to say a few words. Thank you, Craig.
Well, I'm delighted to be here to help open the BA Fashion Show. I'm completely out of my comfort zone, so I'm delighted, but I'm not sure I'm qualified for this. I said to my daughter, she said, "What are you doing down this evening?" I said, "Oh, I'm just going to say a few words. I'll be late home. I'm going to open a fashion show." And she said, "Dad, but you've got absolutely no drip." I've no idea what she was talking about, but apparently drip is something to do with style or whatever. And I'll just let you into a secret. I'm one of those people that I'm completely in awe of fashion and what you guys do, but I just can't get my head around it. So, here's a little competition to see how much our students and fashion experts know. But I buy my stuff from the same place, and I buy the same stuff over and over again at the same time. So if you can guess, somebody come and tell me who that is, then that would be good. Yeah. And the shoes don't count, by the way. So there you go. Anyway, Lynn's given me a few notes, but she said most of it. So I'll not take too long. But interestingly, we've got these two routes: fashion design route. You know that all about design and manufacture of fashion, and then there's a fashion communication route, all about fashion styling, marketing, writing, photography, promotion, and all that stuff. What we do here at Teesside University, all of our students work in this innovative contemporary studio setting, so it's all about getting students ready for a career in industry, and that's the sweet spot. That's what Teesside University is all about. It's that collision between academic work and practice and real practical application. So our graduates go on to some brilliant careers, designers, as garment technologists, buyers, and loads work in that PR, social media, communication space. They work as stylists as well. Some work for companies, some have great careers as freelancers working all over the place, and some even create their own brands. And Lynn talked about the projects. It's worth, I was having a look at some of the magazines there. So in our communications pathway, we've got some really, really interesting magazines there. I'll not go through it all, but I was particularly drawn to the punk culture one, which sort of related to my background. When I used to be anti-establishment, but apparently I'm now part of the establishment, so there you go. But some really, really interesting stuff. And in the design pathway, all sorts of interesting things. There's the bridal stuff, which I thought was really interesting, and a really interesting sensory collection for wearers with autism. Really, really interesting stuff. So we're going to see more about that today. One thing that Teesside's got a long history, Teesside University, of, which a lot of people don't realise, is we're absolute innovators and sector leaders in the digital space. One of the first universities ever in the UK to do games design, one of the world leaders still in animation, and out of Teesside University we've spun out multiple companies, and some of them are really big organisations now, bought out by bigger organisations. So Teesside's been a powerhouse of digital innovation. Now our fashion course here are right on that contemporary edge, so already adopting 3D tech in the fashion design, and all that really interesting stuff about visualizing designs with avatars and stuff, which Lynn showed me about a year ago actually for the first time. It's absolutely stunning where this kind of digital tech meets fashion design. And of course there's some really interesting things about avoiding waste and sustainable fashion and getting away from that fast fashion and being able to even have kind of fashion shows in the virtual world. I didn't think this was real until my 12-year-old who's really into mountain biking, and he also plays mountain biking games, wanted me to buy him some online fashion for his mountain bike avatar. Let's just say I might be contemporary, but I've not got into, we didn't get it, but it really is a thing. And so we might think this is futuristic, but it's not. So big brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Ralph Lauren, these big brands are getting into this now. And so some of our students are already looking at progressing into using their 3D software skills into this really contemporary world of fashion, and it's real. And some may even get the opportunity to work as freelancers whilst they're still students, creating garments and accessories in the digital space. It's really, really cool. We've got a huge industry network, so what we're all about here at Teesside is engaging with industry. I think Lynn mentioned Pentland brands, and their brands include things like Speedo, Berghaus, Endura, which I've heard of. Obviously, Endura, mountain bike brand, I think. Is that right, isn't it? Yeah, see, I do know a bit about this, Red or Dead, those kind of brands. And we've also partnered, we've been mentioned before, but it's a really important partnership with the Daisy Chain Autism Charity, much more closer to home. And there's been some awards won there in terms of new approaches for marketing vintage fashion and sustainable fashion, so really, really cool. I spoke to Abigail earlier, Abigail Dennison. All of our academics here are academics and advanced practitioners. They're practitioners as well as academics, and I think it's a real sweet spot. So Abigail, I've been watching Abigail's magazine, Sunday Girl magazine, and really, really interesting. So it's great to see your business going as well as starting to employ some of our graduates. I also met Emily Day, and for those of you that want to check out Emily's work, it's Emily Day Studios, DEY. And I met Emily at an entrepreneur's business event, and I've been checking out her stuff ever since, so I get her kind of LinkedIn feeds. But absolutely amazing that Emily's work, and Emily's created her own business based here on campus in our fashion studio in Launchpad, and it's going from strength to strength, so it's wonderful to see what you're doing, Emily. And Emily even got invited to the coronation, which was really, really cool. So amazing work, Emily, and I think a great example of just one of our students. Oh, I've lost the sound. Oh, there you go. Just one of our students that really is making it in this space as a practitioner. Anyway, that's enough from me. And apologies for the drip if it's not quite on point. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going on later on in the fashion show. But on behalf of the university team, the establishment, the senior team, on behalf of students, staff, our industry partners, not many are here today. I think tomorrow we've got about 40 of our industry partners coming in to check it all out. So tonight it's a bit more of an intimate affair just for you. But on behalf of everyone here at Teesside University, we're so proud of what our students do in this space. And even though I don't understand it, I'm in awe of it personally as well. So enjoy celebrating some incredibly talented individuals grown here on Teesside, but I think set to impact the world of fashion. So have a brilliant evening. Thanks.
and I think students have done a really fantastic job. So, but that's not without some help, and they're all hiding over there. I'd like to our fashion team to come up, Vicky Wake and Amanda Joblin, who are great support for the students in terms of like their manufacturing design skills. Abby Dennison as well, come up, who has really helped and worked with the students and done an amazing job. And also some of our students that have helped the show tonight as well. So thank you to them. And I'll just, oh yeah, sorry, that's my fault. And this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for all of our students' supporters. So their friends, their relatives, carers. So they really need a really big round of applause, because without them, this really couldn't happen. And other people to thank from our team is our dean and our senior management team. They're all scattered around, but we really, really appreciate that. And also, just to particularly in our final year, Harry Tribe and Olivia Carter have really done a great leadership job to produce this event. So come up. And could all our final year come up as well, just so that we can see some faces. So come on up, the final year students. And it'd be great if you could stay. I think we're open till 8, and as Sally Pearson said to me before, we're not expecting any fire alarms tonight. So if one does go off, we have to follow the MEMA team. So if you stay till 8, and if you have a look at some of the, I think that's gone a bit. If you have a look at some of the work over there, that would be great, and maybe do some networking and come up and say hello. So thanks everyone, and I hope you have a safe journey home.
Thank you.